So now I want to show you guys the same example, but I want to show you how we could have profitably purchased this property and prevented a short sale, which is, I got to be honest, when I looked at this deal and you know how most people would look at it, I said, wow, you know, that it's kind of like when I realized like what we do is actually, you know, it's very valuable. And so, like I said, it took me years to you know, get a hang of this method, but you're probably beginning to see how simple this is. And I want to make this really simple. So let's take a look at the same scenario, okay? The same as first. I don't even know why I'm writing that, but just so you know. So all the variables are the same now, okay? So again, you have a $190,000 loan balance. Okay. And again, this is a couple months behind, and it is in default. So you have your $190,000 loan balance, and this is how I look at things. This is how my team and I look at, you know, how we're going to help you. I want to take responsibility. I want to take over these payments. Okay. This strategy is on a real estate contract. There's a line, I forget what line it is, but it basically says purchasing property subject to existing financing. So whatever your payments are, I am going to start making them. Okay. Now at the same time, I am going to take these back payments. In this case, they were $4,000. Okay. And I'm going to immediately bring them current. I am going to immediately stop the foreclosure, and I am going to start making payments on this loan. Okay, so whatever, if your payments are $2,000 a month, that is what I am going to be paying. If they are too high, I will do my best to refinance. Therefore, give me the room I need to get you your money. So I take the deed to the house, and I take over the $190,000 mortgage, and I make up the back payments, and I fix it up real quick. And the foreclosure, okay, the foreclosure is stopped. As soon as I do this, the foreclosure is stopped, okay? And you can see here that, I mean, my only money down, guys, is this $4,000 and then the other $6,000 for repairs. Okay? So I have this and I have this, and I hope I'm not making this hard for you to see, but this is my money down. Okay? The less money I could put down, the more money I could pay over the long term. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean. So I can, you see that my money down is reduced here. Okay, and my goal now, guys, is to rent the house out as opposed to just flip it. I'm going to fix it up, I'm going to bring it current, I'm going to take over these payments, and I am going to cover these payments with the rent. Okay, so if your monthly payment is, say, $2,200, and that's an example, but let's say that's too high. Let's say I can only rent the house out for, you know, $2,100. I don't want to take $100 out of my pocket every month, so I'm going to try to refinance this loan after I bring it current, which is very risky for me, because if I cannot bring it current, I might have to take $100 out of my pocket every month, and you know, that's really doing some people a favor, which, you know, that's not my business model. So, you know, if you had more equity, in this case, guys, I can purchase this property for that $190,000. I could take this to, that brings me up to $200,000 all in. That's my cost, right? And again, I'm sorry if you guys need to pause or rewind, I encourage you to, without a doubt. Okay, $200,000 will be my cost because we have this, and your loan balance. Okay, so now all I have to do is rent it out. And as I rent it out, I'm expecting to, number one, make cash flow, so I'm profitable. And number two, sell the home for more than this amount one day. Okay? I want to sell the home for more than $200,000 as the market continues to go up. So it's really that simple, you know, because I'm paying attention to my monthly payments on this loan that I'm taking responsibility for, as opposed to the cash amount. I'm looking at this over time, guys. You see, that's why I can cover this loan with my rent. Okay, and that's okay because the market is stable. So I'm not really worried about my cost. I'm just worried about my cash flow. And the foreclosure is stopped, and at the same time, you're alleviated from these payments. Now, in this scenario, what I might do is take out another, let's say, I'm going to draw a box, and let's say the owner needs $5,000, which is a lot, to move. Okay? $5,000 to move. Well, I can still afford it, because if I do this, if I say, $5,000 plus $4,000, $9,000, $15,000 out of my own pocket. Money down, see? $15,000 out of my own pocket. When I go to rent this out, guys, I'm looking for somebody who wants to do what's called a rent to own. And I'm not going to get into the details of that, but it allows me to collect a deposit larger than my amount of money down, so I can profit up front and make my cash flow, and then sell the property at, even if I sold it for $10,000 less, I would still, or let's say $5,000 less than my cost here, I would still be profitable because of my cash flow and because of my money down. So hopefully you guys can see now how, in that situation particularly, we would have, totally prevented a short sale. We stopped foreclosure, and this is a real life scenario. This actually happened, and they were thrilled. We stopped foreclosure, took over their payments. They did not have enough equity. We actually did. I think we gave them something like $2,500 to move, but it certainly wasn't $5,000. But that was money out of our own pocket. This deal worked out very well, and they were thrilled because realtors had, prior to us coming along, realtors had told them that their only option was a short sale. And I'm going to show you guys one more example of actually getting people much more cash out of the property. In this case, again, they had no equity, but they avoided foreclosure and got $2,500 to move. So I'm going to show you one more really cool example.